Topping the news this evening, more young females are now coming forward saying they were contacted by Christopher Spota. He's the man who was charged with rape and kidnapping in the sexual assault of a UA student. WVUA 23's Chelsea Barton has been following these new developments and joined us now live with the story. Chelsea?
Lynn, Tuscaloosa County Metro homicide investigators have now spoken with 6 women who say 29-year-old Christopher Spota approached them in his vehicle when they were alone during late evening or early morning hours. There are still 2 young women who have not been identified. They were both captured on surveillance video being approached by Spota's white Toyota FJ Cruiser during the early morning hours of August 30th. Lieutenant Kip Hart with Tuscaloosa County Metro Homicide Unit says it's vital that these women contact authorities.
It's very important because, one, we're trying to determine maybe what the intent was, what the conversation was. And it goes back to establishing a pattern of what either Mr. Spota was doing or if it's somebody else in a similar vehicle.
Investigators have been given the name of another woman who may have had contact with Spota but have not been able to speak with her directly. This makes a total of 9 accounts between Spota and college-aged women.
I believe we just have, scratched the surface of what's going on. But that's one reason we want to talk with everybody we can to see what circumstances they did have contact. And again, we probably have some victims that haven't come forward, and that's the ones we need to identify.
We spoke with Dr. Kathy Eccles with the university's Women and Gender Resource Center just after the attack. She says many times victims struggle with coming forward.
And victims blame themselves too. They, in hindsight, think, well, what if I hadn't been down that road, or what if I hadn't gone at that time of day? And that's just it. Don't blame yourself.
Although attacks may not always be prevented, Hart says it's important for everyone, especially young women, to be aware that things like this can happen.
And it goes back to knowing your surroundings, and if you're going to go out late at night, stay with your friends. I wouldn't suggest walking home anywhere by yourself, in the early morning hours. There's several options if you need a ride, cabs, friends.
Authorities are still asking anyone who has been approached by Spota to come forward.
We want the truth. We don't want to bring other false accusations against him. We just want what's the truth.
You can contact the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office at 205-752-0616. The 9 women include the initial victim who says Spota sexually assaulted her early Sunday morning after she got in his vehicle when he offered her a sober ride home as a member of a church organization. The other women did not report any criminal activity from their encounters with Spota. Live in the studio tonight, I'm Chelsea Barton, WVUA 23 News.